everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to Madden 18 on EA Sports. In today's matchup, passing may be at a premium, at least for one side. The Redskins are top 10 at defending the pass, and they'll be going up against the Cardinals, who will need to solve that secondary.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. A few minutes ago, it sounded like the 4th of July on the National Mall as the hometown Redskins were introduced to this sold-out crowd. They are set to go as their guys will match up with the Arizona Cardinals. They had a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. And the grab made by the tight end Pruitt. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. Andy Lee, 3-time All-Pro on to punt. Back deep here, Jamison Crowder. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. They go play action here on first down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. This is the first carry for Rob Kelly. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now Cousins. And incomplete as the screen there unsuccessful. So now 4th down coming up.
Trust me, Brandon, I'm not about to try and take your job. I can't do what you do. But that wasn't just 3 and out. That felt like throwing backwards.
That's exactly what it was. You can have my job whenever you want it. The drive that you're looking for, though, probably going forward. Bad start to the ball game.
Yeah, not the way to get things going.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
That good for 22 and a first down. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Now Palmer to throw on second down. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Now a play fake here on first down. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Throw right side, caught by Davis. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
So here we go, a third down after the second down pass completion. Throwing is Cousins. And this is brought in by Pryor. There he goes left side. Touchdown, Washington. Terrell Pryor, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Redskins have taken a first quarter lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Give him 7 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
On second down, Palmer. Dumping it off for Johnson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily.
David Johnson on his way. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So out now come the Redskins. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They run it here with Thompson. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They'll hand it off to Kelly. And, oh, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
This is Kelly. And he's got it across midfield and down to about the 47-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, that run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. And the big tight end shifting around. They'll go again with Kelly. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Cousins on 3rd and 2. And Paul has it. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. A first down throw for Cousins. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. On second down, Cousins again. And this is incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. The Redskins on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. To the air again, it's Cousins. Pryor has it complete. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
Gets it away, and I don't think Peterson will get a chance to touch this one. Angling for the sideline. We remind you that coming up later tonight, this is going to be a good one. The Cowboys and the Raiders going at it in the East Bay.
Oh, that's old school right there.
Old school indeed. Then Monday night, another good late season matchup. The Falcons and the Buccaneers from Tampa to wrap up Week 15. On first down, it's Palmer. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. And they're going to go soft on the corners. Second and 10. It's Palmer again. Caught by Nelson left side. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Now Palmer. Screen play, Johnson. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. The penalty. It's Johnson. And he's brought down. Another nice gain. 13 yards that time and another first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Here's Palmer, completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31.
After that nice game there, for the rest of the game, the defense is going to have to respect the running backs as passing threats as well. Not just play them strictly to run the football. They may be able to...
And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. This one taken from the 7. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And, you know, their previous possession, they were able to move the football, but still wound up punting in the end.
You know, in 2016, Carolina had a 20-play drive that lasted over 10 minutes. And remember how it ended?
In a punt.
Yeah, I mean, how does that happen? You just don't see that happen every day.
This one maybe not quite that bad, but still, you'd like to have a chance for points if you hold the football that long.
Agreed.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. First and 10, Cousins. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Chandler Jones. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Second down, Cousins trying to lay one up deep. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Cousins on first down. Escaping the pressure right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. They'll run it now out of the gun, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And this one is right down Broadway. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front seven. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. 3rd down now. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. On third down, Johnson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Andy Lee now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Cousins now to throw on first down. Now they go screen. It's complete. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Marcus Golden in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Airing this one out for Fitzgerald. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, D'Angelo Hall. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front. As we'll send you down the coast to Orlando, where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry, an update from around the league as our first one comes from New Orleans. And it's an early lead there for the Saints. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. They were looking for Marshall that time, and that'll bring up second down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Marcus Golden in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Cousins. And the pressure gets to him again. Robert Kimdichie in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
This Cardinals pass rush in 2016 got home 48 times. That's a pretty good number.
A very good number, led the league. Is it just because the dudes that they had, or the scheme, or both, or what?
It's always the dudes first, but their scheme, attacking, pressure, they'll continue to pile up the sacks.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. 2nd down following the run. Here's Gabbert. And he's not able to get away. Gabbert sacked. The rookie from Alabama, Jonathan Allen. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. They go play action. Gabbert flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A big gain of 39 on 3rd. They go play action here on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
A 2nd down throw now for Gabbert. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah. Not
an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. On play action, Gabbert steps away. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Was trying to extend the life of that play, wasn't he? Got out of the pocket, ended up scrambling off to his left, trying to find anyone open downfield to try and make a big-time play.
Thought he had an opening there for a second, but that window closed pretty quickly. Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll make it 2nd down. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. On the ground, it's Thompson. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. The Redskins on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. To throw, Cousins. And that is incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this one hits at the one, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Preston Smith in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long. And they're going to go soft on the corners. On 2nd down, Johnson. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. Give him 9 there. They still need 6 more now on 3rd down.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Play fake. Gabbard. And this is going to be incomplete.
Let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys. Because the offensive guys are always taught, find the first down sticks and make the play. Well, on defense, what do you want to do? Guard the first down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the first down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Chandler Jones in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Cousins now on 2nd down. Josh Doxson's got it complete. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing is Cousins. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first thanks to a flashy little spin move. A solid gain of 15 yards in the sticks move. Thompson. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, he had 2 sacks earlier. Now he has 4 total tackles for a loss after that play.
Well, they obviously have to do a better job trying to block him. But short of that, you know what the quarterback has to do? Make sure he doesn't hand it to him when he's back there thinking he's one of his own guys. His quickness, his suddenness, his speed getting into the offense's backfield has been something else in this game.
It's Kelly. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. The Redskins on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 11. Now Cousins. Doxson with a grab over the middle. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And no, it's incomplete. The Redskins go for it, but it doesn't pan out. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. David Johnson with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. And he knocks it through. Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Looking for Pryor long. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Terrell Pryor that time. And it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
On 3rd down, Cousins. He finds his target. It's Crowder. A good pickup there, a 22. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. So 20 yards to go here on 1st down. Cousins. Oh, incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it there. And it'll be second down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Completes it right side to Dodson. A big play there on the catch and run. 52 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. In motion left goes a tight end. Cousins now. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Hassan Reddick, the rookie from Temple. And that's going to bring up a third down. And the offense now will try to regroup after the sack on second down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On third down, it's Thompson. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up fourth down. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. They have gone to the fourth quarter, by the way, in that game in Cleveland. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Another victory perhaps in the cards. They're looking as good as anybody as the playoffs draw near. This is taken at his 4. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Defensively, no doubt they need a quick stop. Offensively here, maybe do you put it in the air on second down, or do you go ahead and keep it on the ground, keep that clock moving?
A lot of people would ask that question, partner, because sometimes throwing the ball might actually be the path of least resistance. But in this case, it's a matter of trust. How much do you trust your quarterback? Because you throw the ball and it goes awry, you really don't look smart as a coach.
Yeah, and then you stop that clock. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up third and about 6. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. The Cardinals on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They try the left side with Johnson. And some big-time hitting going on there. He is knocked to the ground right there at the 43. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And here come the Redskins now. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. First down. Here's Cousins. And he rifles one incomplete.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Past the 20. And he takes it down deep into Arizona territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
The best passing attacks in the NFL often incorporate the guys out of the backfield catching the football. And that's what we just got on that play. As a primary receiver, not always just a check down, not always a safety valve. Sometimes they just get it to him right away because they have the matchup advantage.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they've met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
They come out here in the eye. Now Cousins. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Thompson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. Chris Thompson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Redskins are able to close the gap just a bit. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They'll try to run it here. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. Oh, throwing here, Gabbert. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, fourth quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Here we go with Johnson. And some room to work. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play. And on fourth down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Cardinals, they get back to 500 now as the win moves them to 7-7. And they'll return home next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Washington, the loss might knock them out of playoff contention as they drop to 6-8. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Denver Broncos. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we sign off from Landover.